that my experience with self-employment was very, very exciting. And I think this was because I was starting an idea that I was very excited about, something that I loved to do. And I couldn't wait to see what would happen along the way. I also know for sure that it would have been that much harder. So in 2017, when I founded Boundless, I got selected for the Tony Elumelu Entrepreneurship Program, which guaranteed that I would get $5,000 to use on Boundless. And that was amazing on two fronts. One, it was validation of the idea, because when I started Boundless, I hadn't quite figured out how I was going to make money, not how Boundless was going to make money. I hadn't figured out the social business aspect. And I think that's something that many young people fall prey to, that we are so quick to build these ideas without thinking about where the money comes from. So it's so easy for someone to think, okay, I'm going to do a foundation, or I'm going to do an NGO, because they think that it's very easy for you to get money as an NGO. You just write grant applications and get money. But in fact, it's really, really difficult. So it helped. Getting selected for that program also required that I think of Boundless as a business and not merely as some NGO that was going to rely on grant funding. So and receiving the money also allowed for me to experiment with ideas, to reach out to a lot more people, to build to build traction and get some runway that every person who's starting out needs. And I think, so you move from that level to where now actually you move from being simply self-employed to now start transitioning into a business or an entity. And this now involves you being able to raise incomes, but also being able to build a team, being able to have clients, being able to bring partners on board. And that has been what we've been up to over the last 3 years or so, maybe 2-3 years. And seeing Boundless grow from where I was the only person that was working full-time for Boundless. So sometimes it was confusing. You talk to people about work and about consultancies, and it wasn't clear whether they were hiring me or they were hiring Boundless. And this is, 2017, maybe 2018, really. But to see that we've grown to a point where it's very, very clear that there's Benjamin, the professional, the person, and then Boundless, the entity, the business, and the two can be separated from each other, has been such a great way to grow. And I appreciate that, because it shows how much putting in the work, but also meeting the right people at the right time can spur you on to the next level. And I know that Sasha mentioned that approaching people, building networks and stuff like that. I mean, in the last especially when we had just begun, there are people that I used to talk to because I knew what they were interested in. I knew how good they were at the things that they were doing. Even when I didn't have money to pay them, right? But I just approached them, sold them the vision, and they accepted to come on board and help us build this idea